Good morning, grade 10s. I'm going to read chapter 9 of Aquas here. So in chapter 8, we read where Myrna kissed Milan and he felt completely powerless. He didn't know how to act. He hated the feeling. And then he decided to go and post the red lips on the back of all the stop signs for himself to remember how he felt, how powerless he felt, and also to remember the danger that Myrna is dangerous. So now chapter 9 is from Frankie. Die paar dae weg het my ma goed gedoen. Remember, her mom went to the Buddhist retreat. Haar oë is helder kleur en sy is minder gespanne. So she's less stressed, she looks much better. Elke keer wanneer ek dink dat daar nie nog 'n new age triek is wat sy kan aanleer nie, kom sy met nog een vorendag. So every time as Frankie thinks she's seen it all and there's nothing else mom can try, she comes with another trick. Hierdie keer is sy vuur en vlam. That means she's very excited. It's something that she definitely wants to do, om 'n plaatjie van Amerika te bestel, wat sy in haar baksteen van 'n selfoon gaan sit, om haar te beskerm teen die syne en vibrasies wat glo kanker veroorsaak. So she wants to get a little plate that she's going to put in a brick of her cell phone, and she's certain that this will protect her from the signals and the vibrations that causes cancer. Veroorsaak there means cause. Sy het ook begin om soggens op haar kop te staan. Daarna doen sy asemhalingsoefeninge, so breathing exercises, met haar hande op haar solar plexus. Gewone mense noem dit sommer 'n maag, so on your stomach. Saans mediteer sy kruisbeen in haar studio op 'n perskussing terwyl sy luister na Tibetaanse chants. Dit pla my nie in die minste nie, want ek sit my oorfone op en luister na My Chemical Romance. So 2 new things that mom is doing, or 3 things. She wants to get that little plate for her cell phone. She's standing on her head in the mornings, and afterwards she does breathing exercises, and then at night she's starting to meditate. But Frankie doesn't care. It doesn't bother her because she puts on her earphones. Remember, oorfone is earphones, and she listens to My Chemical Romance. Nodeloos om te sê is my pa soos 'n lomp Great Dane agter haar aan. Kan 'n mens nog so simpel verlief wees diep in jou 40s? Frankie says, how can they still be so in love when they're in their 40s? 90% van die kinders in my skool se ouers is of geskei of het lovers. So, they're not the norm, completely the opposite. They're very much in love, where other pupils in a school, parents are either divorced or they are having an affair. Net die van Lifflins koer vir mekaar soos lemoenduwe, they're like 2 little doves. Vanaand gaan ons uit om die moeder se terugkoms te vier. So that vier means to celebrate, en terugkoms is her return. Om saam met my ouers te gaan uit eet is 'n melodrama in 3 bedrywe. My pa is mos nie 'n man vir klein gebare nie. Her dad's not used to small things, so he's always over the top and loud and everyone needs to see him. En in die openbaar is dit nog erger. Hy laat nie 'n kelner is 'n waiter, toe om 'n stoel vir sy vrou uit te trek nie. Casanova doen dit self. Hy wag tot sy vrou agter die tafel ingeskuif het, so until she's moved the chair into the table. Dan skud hy haar servet, die serviette, met 'n klapgeluid oop en lê dit liggies op haar skoot neer. Soms soen hy selfs haar hand. Ek wag vir die dag dat hy 'n blom uit die blompot gaan pluk, dit tussen sy tande gaan sit en voor haar kniel. So Frankie says her dad is over the top. No one's allowed to pull a chair out for her mom. He does it. Then he opens her serviette and he puts it on her lap. And sometimes he even kisses her hand. She says she's waiting for the day where he's going to take a flower out of a flower pot and put it in his mouth and kneel in front of it. Met 'n pa wat so oorig is ek al gewoond daaraan om op my 4de rugwervel van onder te sit om weg te kruip van bekendes. So Frankie's so used to hiding so that people don't see her. She slides down in her chair, not sitting properly, so that no bekendes, those are people that she knows, to hide from them. Gelukkig eet ons meestal by restaurante, waar geen tiener vrywilliglik sal uithang nie. So the places where they go, it's not a place where any teenager would go willingly. Restaurante, and this is the type of restaurants that they go to, or die spyskaart menu, net in Frans beskikbaar is, so it's in French, sodat my pa my Franse woordeskat kan toets. He wants to test Frankie's vocab. I can't read French, so I'm skipping that. Vra my pa en druk met sy vinger op die ingewikkeldste gereg. So what a dad does is he chooses the most difficult item on the menu, and he says to Frankie, "What is this? Or do you know what this is?" "Ek wil nie weet nie, pa," protesteer ek. Teen die tyd dat die kelner ons bestelling, our order, kom neem, is ek so opgewerk dat ek 'n Coke bestel om my ma te treiter en 'n bak chips, frites, jammer, om my pa te straf. So she says by the time that they can actually order, she's so wound up and she's so upset that her very health conscious mom, she orders a Coke just to test her mom or to punish her, and chips to punish her dad, because he expects her to order something exquisite from the menu because he's a chef, and she only orders chips. 'n Ou oomie speel vleuelklavier en knipoog elke nou en dan vir my ma. Of miskien het hy net spiertrekkings in sy regteroog. Die kelners is onbeskof van ordentlikheid. So in this restaurant, they have someone playing the piano. Every now and again, he either has a muscle spasm or he winks at Frankie's mom. And the waiters, the kelners waiters, are so polite and proper that they actually come across as being rude. Stywe pikkewyne, they look like penguins, wat jy met slap ooglede aankyk en op een stemtoon praat. Ek voel verplig om my notaboekie uit my rugsak te haal en sketse te maak vir oorlewing. Die ouers van Lifflin sit met hulle neuse teen mekaar, oogglazig van liefde. So her mom and dad, they're sitting close together, noses against each other, staring in each other's eyes, and Frankie says she has to take out a notebook and start drawing just to survive. Ek teken 'n strokiesfiguur met dinamiet in sy regterhand. Ek voel soos Banksy en glimlag soos 'n kat met 'n muis in my kake. My selfoon piep. Pa skeer hom weg van sy geliefde. Sy wilde wenkbroue staan teen sy 3 rye fronse vas. So suddenly, while mom and dad is having a moment, Frankie gets a message on her phone. And she says her dad gets so cross that his eyebrows form 3 rows of frowns. Jy ken tog die regels of nie? You know the rules. Hy grom soos 'n straathond wie se vullisblik kos by hom afgeneem word. Die reël. So this is the rule that they have at table. Selfone word afgeskakel tydens ete. So no cell phones allowed while they're eating. 'n strafbare sonde in die Van Lifflins huis. So if Frankie uses a cell phone, or if anyone's cell phone is on, it is a punishable sin. Jammer, knip ek hom kort. Ek spring op en gaan badkamer toe om te kyk wie my van 'n stadige en pynlike dood gered het. So Frankie goes to the bathroom to see who saved her from this boring death, slow and painful death. Ek wip op die marmerblad waarop opgerolde wit handdoekies lê en 'n persorgidee in 'n potjie gerangskik is. Die lig is gedemp. Dit ruik na roosblare. Jy lyk verveeld, maar is steeds verskriklik mooi, lees ek. So this is the message that she gets. You look bored, but you are still incredibly beautiful. Ek spring van die marmerblad af en glip in by een van die hokkies, waar ek op 'n toegeklapte toiletdeksel gaan sit. So first, when she walks into the bathroom, she sits on the counter by the basins, there are little rolled towels and a flower and so forth. Then she reads the message, jumps up and goes and locks herself in a cubicle. Ek lees die boodskap oor en oor. Die nommer bo aan die SMS is onbekend. In my keel begin 'n klein spiertjie klop. Ek pluk aan my trui, want my hele lyf stoom van hitte. Ek gooi my hare oor een skouer. Toe gaan staan ek voor die spieël en krap weer my hare te mekaar. So she takes off her jersey, changes her hair one way, and then she changes it again, trying to look more beautiful for this person that's watching her. Iemand in die restaurant loer my af. So she realizes someone in the restaurant's looking at her. Iemand wat nie op my selfoon gelys is nie. So someone whose number she doesn't have. Iemand plant verrassings vir my. Someone's leaving surprises all over. Dit prik tot onder my voetsole van pure plesier. Toe ek terugloop tafel toe, squeak my tekkies oor die swart en wit teels. Ek probeer my bes om traag my nie agtig te lyk, so she's trying to look like she doesn't care. Maar ek kan voel hoe my wange gloei, but she's blushing. Ek laat gly my oë vinnig deur die restaurant. Daar is hoogstens 4 tafels beset, so only 4 tables have people sitting. Die restaurant voel skielik soos 'n skaakbord. Alles is swart en wit. Die skerms wat tafels van mekaar skei is swart. Die orgidee op die swart tafeldoeke is spierwit. Kelners dra swart dassies by hul spierwit hemde. So everything in the restaurant, she says it's like a chess set. It's all black and white. Tablecloths, flowers, screens separating the tables from each other, the waiters, everything's black and white. Ek plof onelegant in my stoel neer en skud my kuif oor my oor. So we know whenever Frankie feels embarrassed or she doesn't want to be noticed, she puts her fringe over her eyes or her face. Terselfdertyd, so while her fringe is over her eyes, so at the same time, loer ek so onopsigtelik as moontlik na links en toe na regs. So she's trying to check the restaurant from the left to the right to see who's there that she knows. Die enigste ander swart in die restaurant wat my opval, is die roetswart oë van Milan Kujarsik. So the only other black that she notices is Milan's black eyes. Hy en sy pa sit in die verste hoek regs van ons. Ek voel hoe my wange nog 'n paar grade rooier word. So when she notices Milan and his dad sitting on the right side of the restaurant, she feels that her cheeks are going even redder. Die enigste ander kleur as swart en wit in die hele restaurant. So she says this whole restaurant's black and white. The only other color are these very red cheeks of hers. Hy het my selnommer, sê ek hardop, en byt my tong so hard dat my spoeg dadelik souterig proe. Without realizing, she says out loud, she speaks out loud, he has my number. Myn liewe kind, wat nou? So what now, my dear child of my love? Vra my pa gesteerd. Sy stem kom so sagte golwe na my toe aangerol. My ma vry voor my arm en sit haar hand op myne. Ek sukkel om my hand nie onbeskof weg te trek nie. Frankie is not a big fan of love and attention, and now her mom is like rubbing her arm and holding her hand, and she says it's very difficult not to pull my arm away rudely. Ek loer verleë is embarrassed in Milan se rigting en knik my kop toe sy pa ook na my kyk. So she looks at his direction and nods her head when his dad looks at her. Remember, Milan's dad is Frankie's math teacher. Milan se een mondhoek lig. Sy maarskouers steek soos 2 driehoeke deur 'n groot swart trui. Hy leun met sy voorarms op die tafel en kyk na my van onder sy donker wenkbroue tot 'n brand in my maag uitbreek. Milan is sitting with his forearms on the table and he just looks at Frankie. Hy kan bly wees, my ma is nie sy ma nie. Sy sou met haar vingers teen sy arm getik het en haar oë groot gemaak het. Frankie says, you know, if my mom was his mom, she would have tapped his arm with her fingers and made her eyes big. Dis ongemanierd en polite om met jou elmboog op die tafel te leun, hoor ek haar in my kop. So in her head, she can just imagine her mom saying, it's rude to sit with your elbows on a table. Dadelik plant ek my elmboog ook weerskante van my bord en grynslag soos een van die maffialede in The Godfather. So now Frankie is really using this situation to kind of flirt with Milan and trying to be cool. So she puts her elbows next to a table and she grins. Ek prop 3 vuurhoutjie dun frites gelyk in my mond. Kou dit stadig en voel my hart verwarm teenoor my ouers. Suddenly she feels more loving towards her parents. My hart verwarm means my heart warms up towards them. Toe ek klaar gekou het, vir my ma se onthaalwe, het ek besluit om nie te praat met 'n mond vol kos nie. So she says when she's done eating, on behalf of her mom, she decided not to speak with a mouth full of food. Sê ek, met 'n helder stem, vir my pa se onthaalwe, and then on behalf of her dad, she speaks in French, and she says the chips are very good. Vir wie Frans Grieks is, die chips is baie lekker. So then she just translates it, if you don't understand French, the chips are very nice. Toe die ou oomie agter die klavier na my kyk, knipoog ek vir hom, en dit was nie net 'n spiertrekking nie. So this old man who keeps winking at her mom, and Frankie said, it could be a muscle spasm. When he looks at her, she winks at him, and she says, it was definitely not a muscle spasm. I did it on purpose.